For purpose, my name is Brida Kimathi. Mr. Nkanata, kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Dixon Munene Nkanata. I'm the CCM Legal Affairs, Public Service Management and Administration at the County Government of Meru.
Do you confirm that you swore an affidavit in support of the response to the governor?
Yes, I confirm.
And is this the affidavit on page 46 of the response of the governor?
Yes, it is.
Do you confirm that the signature at page 72 is your signature?
I confirm.
Mr. Nkanata, have you had the opportunity to read the motion?
Yes, I have.
Could you kindly read for us count number 1A? Count number 1, claim A.
Okay, the count number 1 is misappropriation and misuse of county resources. Under that, the governor, it's alleged that the governor has grossly violated those provisions of the law by, in the following way: A, the embezzlement of county funds through the governor's sisters, in brackets, Rose Kinya Gwantai and Miriam Gwantai, brother, in bracket, Kenneth Gwantai Murangiri, brother-in-law, in bracket, Nefat Kinywa, and the nephew to the governor's husband, Edwin Mutuma Murangiri, all of whom are from now on collectively referred to as the governor's relatives.
It was claimed yesterday that 78 million shillings have been, or rather has been misappropriated by the named people in that claim. Is that true?
That was the allegation, but that is not true.
It was also alleged that it was claimed that this 78 million has been met by an account of 2 million shillings. Is that true?
Again, that was the allegation, but the position is that the charge and the particulars of this charge, this count, was directed towards particular individuals. That is Rose Kinya Gwantai, Miriam Gwantai, Kenneth Gwantai Murangiri, Nefat Kenywa, and Edwin Mutuma Murangiri. And in the process, we sought to get information on as it appears in the record of the IFMIS for these particular individuals, the payments that were made that would have been attributed to these particular individuals.
Is this the claim? Is the claim that you're referring to based on the IFMIS that they have presented?
Yes, it is based on the IFMIS record that appears on page 17 to 29 of their documents.
Is there any allegation that has been made for failure to account for the 78 million that was alluded to yesterday?
There is no such an allegation in this particular account. There is no actually an allegation of the amount that the governor is saying to have failed to account.
In your understanding, Mr. Nkanata, the payment that you've just explained, that I alluded to in the IFMIS extract, are these payments made subject to a specific budget or budgeted allocation? Yes,
the payments were made pursuant to the budget of County Government of Meru, budget of 2022-2023, and the vote end of the Office of the Governor.
And what is the nature of that budget item?
It's basically a recurrent expenditure. The Office of the Governor does not have a budget for development. It is recurrent expenditure.
And you confirm that there is no allegation against the governor for failure to account for this amount?
There is no such an allegation.
Now, an issue was raised around the entries in the said IFMIS extract supplied by the County Assembly. And the issue raised described prepayments. Is there any complaint in the motion that you read about the prepayments?
There is no such a complaint on prepayment in the motion.
And in any event, what do you understand generally on the term prepayment as presented in the IFMIS extract?
Well, my understanding on the term prepayment as used is that these were funds or money that was paid before a certain activity would happen. For instance, you're supposed to travel, you get paid in arrangement to that travel. There's supposed to be an event that's supposed to be organized. There is payment in preparation of that event. Those are prepayments.
And what happens to this prepayment after they've been paid? Is it like, is there an accountability for the same?
They are supposed to be accounted by the person to whom the money is being deposited into in the account.
So you confirm that prepayment is actually an accepted practice, so to say?
Yes, it is. And in fact, if you look at that IFMIS extract from page 17 to 29, I would like to take you through it, give an example on the same. Some of the prepayments that appears in the first, on page 17, you realize that there are a number of entries of 1st July 2022.
Mr. Speaker, sir, that is page 17 of the volume 2 of the County Assembly's documents. Proceed.
Yes, on 1st July 2022, there are payments whose item description is prepayment, 9 of them. I would like to confirm that those were payments that were actually made in the previous regime. That is the regime before the regime of Governor Kiraito, the former governor, Meru County.
In any case, is there any charge that the governor is facing for failure to account for these prepayments?
There is no such a charge.
Kindly proceed to count 1B. If you could read for us count 1B.
Count 1B is the withdrawal of county funds under the guise of payment for various supplies by the governor's relatives, yet they, that is the governor's relatives, yet they are ineligible to tender for or supply any goods or services to the county government.
What would you say is the basis for this charge? Or what is the charge based on?
Okay, the charge still is based on the complaint that was alluded to, that appears in the volume.
Is this the complaint on page 1 of volume 2?
Yes, page 1 of volume 2 to page 29. It's the complaint of one Duranira Salesio Mutuma.
In this charge, it has been alleged that the governor's relatives supplied the county government, or rather funds were misappropriated through the governor's relatives, where they supplied the county government with supplies. What is the nature of those supplies? Or rather, are you aware of any supplies that were made?
Okay, I'm not aware of any supplies that were made by the alleged governor's relatives. But from the complaint, from the phase of the complaint, you can see the item description called hospital supplies.
Yes, can I take you to page 6 of volume 2?
Yes, I'm there.
Specifically, item number, the voucher number is 65735.
Yes. Yes, it reads hospital supplies and others. And
You confirm that the mover of the motion alluded to the fact that the supply of this specific voucher was for hospital supplies?
yes, that was what was alluded by the move of the motion. And the reason why we did not belabor to explain this further is because the charge is as against the governor's relatives. It is against the governor's relatives who had been previously listed. And under this particular complaint, on the phase of page 4 to page 5 and 6 that you've taken me through, is that these are transaction history between Kadhure Rukaria Catherine, who has not been listed among the alleged governor's relatives.
Yes, regardless, in relation to that charge, I would like for you to read us, to take us to page 19 of the Ifemis extract of volume 2 of the bundle of documents of the County Assembly.
Yes,
page 19.
I am there.
On that page, can you see the voucher number 65735 that is alleged to on page 6 as hospital supplies?
Yes, I can see it.
Could you read to us what this, can you confirm that this is the same voucher number?
Yes, it is.
And what was the payment for this specific voucher number made for?
Hospitality supplies.
So would you say that this is a deliberate attempt to misrepresent facts by the mover of the motion?
Yes, I would say that it was a deliberate attempt by the complainant, and the mover of the motion fell into that by concluding that that was a hospital supplies as opposed to hospitality supplies.
Okay. So let us go back to the IFMIS report that is from page 17 to 29 of volume 2.
Yes.
Was this report formally requested for and supplied?
No, the same was not, it wasn't, to my best of my knowledge, it wasn't.
Is the report presented before this House certified?
It is not certified.
Well enough. It's been alleged that some vouchers lack 1 or 2 signatures. I refer you to the vouchers that we produced on pages 19 to 342 of our exhibit, index of exhibits. It's here. It's okay, you don't need to. Yes. You're aware that that the governor produced vouchers on pages 19 to 342?
Yes, I am aware.
It's been alleged that these vouchers lack 1 or 2 signatures. In your knowledge and understanding, can you explain this?
Yes, I can explain. When thank you. When we were required to respond to this motion, we were given 3 days to respond to the same. As a matter of fact, at the moment, the external auditors in Meru County, and some of the documents that we would have wanted to rely on are documents that they are with the external auditors. So what we did, we got copies of documents. We got copies of documents from the Chief of Staff. And it appears that some of these copies of the documents that the Chief of Staff made, they are not copies that were made as a final, for instance, a final voucher that has been signed at the time of making the payment. These are copies of the vouchers that have been signed and forwarded. Thereafter, they have been forwarded to the Department of Finance so that they can effect payment. So you will find that in some of the copies of the vouchers that we have attached, the Director of Accounts is indicated as to have not signed, because this is a copy that was made from the copies that were with the Chief of Staff.
So are you confirming that the original copies are with the external auditors?
Yes, the original copies are with the external auditors, and if we had been given more time to get them, or
Final copies, rather.
The final copies, which are the original copies, they are with the external auditors, and I'm sure that all of them have been signed.
So is it your testimony today that this impeachment motion is immature in that?
Yes, it was, in my opinion, it was premature because we should have waited for, if at all, they wanted to insist on bringing a charge as against misappropriation and misuse of county resources, then it would have worked well or better for them to have a report of the external auditor who is carrying out their audit at the moment. And that is even further emphasized by a letter from the CEC Finance, which letter appears in their bundle of documents on page 30, I believe, page 30 of their bundle of documents, that is volume 2. It's actually page 31. Where it gives an explanation that the Public Finance Management Act under Section 164 makes provision for the county treasury of the county government to prepare and submit to the Auditor General the annual finance statements in respect of county government in formats to be prescribed by the Accounting Standards Board. She further indicates the document that usually accompany this as the statement would include the services for which the appropriated money was spent, the amount actually spent on each service, the status of each vote compared with the appropriation for the vote, a statement explaining any variations between the actual expenditure and the sums voted, and any other information specified by the county treasury. So this is information that would have, all this would have helped to explain those entries in the IFMIS. And if at all there is any issue, it would have been flagged.
Thank you. Now, from your understanding then, is there any impeachable offense on these two on the account of the governor?
I don't see any impeachable offense in my opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Kanata. Mr. Speaker, sir, I yield the witness to Mr. Kubasu.
Mr. Speaker, sir, my name is Okubasu. I'll take on to the witness for the remainder